Hello everyone, Jace here, coming with an unboxing video for the new Albaz Strike Structure deck in the TCG. I got this in the mail last Friday after pre-ordering it. So yeah, let's read the back first before I start opening up. Tri-Brigade, Dogmatica, Springan's Sword Souls. On a distant abyssal world where different groups coexist as both allies and enemies comes the Fallen of Albaz, a mysterious but powerful figure with no memories of his past. His journey intertwines with the destinies of those he meets and brings their stories together in this structure deck of high adventure, containing cards from all four groups, plus the Fallen of Albaz himself in his many Fusion Dragons forms. So it just highlights some of the cards we can get. I can't read I think this one's Mirror Jade and this one's Lubellion. There's Albaz. There's Levianeer. There's that new Tri-Brigade card. I think Mercurier. Ghost Ogre, Pot of Extravagance, which is the biggest reprint of this set. So yeah, let's just crack it open now. Let's read the mat, because those are always fun. That's the front. And this is the back. So here's some Konami combos. So, where do I start? So the branded spell and traps. These spells and traps all have effects involving Fallen of Albaz and can be added to your hand from anywhere by a second effect of Springan's Kit. Branded sword lets you deal devastating damage with attacks from your freshly summoned Ice Blade tokens. So it's showing the fusion spells going into the fusions. Albaz can go into the fusions. Oh, let's see what other pack you're trying to shill. Burst of Destiny. Make your structure deck more powerful by adding cards from booster packs and other items sold separately. Incredible Ecclesia for you can special summon Fallen of Albaz. I have never seen anyone do it. All they do is summon Sword Souls with her. And this part's really cool actually. Over on this side, it's lore. I mean that makes sense because this is the lore archetype for this is the big lore story for post Vrains. So, I don't know. I just think, I really love card lore, and I hope I can actually cover some card lore one day. I just haven't gotten around to making it. So, let's start. The radiant sky is dyed in red, thus begins the march to the dead. The children gather in joy to mourn, and dance until the dawn is born, seeking out the final marks, the pure, mighty and the pure, until we find the branded pair, our search it shall endure. Okay, so this is Ecclesia with Fleur-de-Lis. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're just like walking around. And this is Aluber without his mask, and he's just an anime hot boy. I can't really get it in the way that I set this up. Now let's move on to, this is Ecclesia and this is Albaz sitting together after being banished, I guess. The curtain rises on display, the story of a boy and girl, mere playthings of fate. Even if you turn into dust, hold on to the flame, lit it in your hearts. It will become the flame that guides you. Okay, and this is just this cute anime moment where they sit together by a fire, I guess. And these are the battles I guess they're having now. I know in the latest lore they just revealed a card where Fleur-de-Lis, in this form, is dead. So yeah, I don't even understand. This card shows her winning over the bad guy, but then she's suddenly dead in the next card lore, so I don't know what's happening. We're gonna need another lore book from the OCG to actually tell us what's exactly happening. Okay, let's read this poem out now. Atop the cradle, the two born of the abyss confront each other. The crimson flame engulfs the darkness, and the divine flame is born. His burnt flesh naught but soot. A sword of burning ice is born from his heart, glowing like campfire embers, a tempered blade forged from memories. So this is Aluber versus Albaz, I think. Okay. So, I mean, these things are always pretty cool, lore stuff, because Konami tends to not tell us the lore, at least in the TCG, because in the OCG they have master guides that actually tell a bunch of lore, but we don't get those over here. So let's crack open the deck if I can find where it opens. Okay, let's get into the cards then. So first up, Tri-Brigade Mercurier. So this, when your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz as material, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or face-up field to the grave, negate that effect. And if it's banished, you can add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it. That's really good support. It already comes with like a tarnish if you can, if it will focus. Nah, it's not gonna focus. But there's a tarnish right between or and one already, and this is brand new. Print quality in the TCG has gone pretty down, honestly. Here's Springen's Kit. If you have a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz's material on your field or in your grave, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is no more special summoned, you can add to your hand one of your branded spells and traps that's banished or in your deck or in your graveyard. Then place one card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, that's pretty good. It just searches from it grabs your branded stuff from everywhere. So that's pretty good in like a pure branded Albaz deck. The Golden Sword Soul. When a monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, negate the attack. Then, if you control a fusion monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz material, you can destroy the monster that declared that attack. If a monster is banished is banished face up, except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your field or grave. Special summon one light spellcaster from your hand or grave whose attack equals its own defense. Yeah, this isn't as good. This is just like attaching a catastrophe effect on a different body is kind of bad. It is a tuner though. I don't know. Maybe you could make Hulk shenanigans with this. Okay, let's go on to like the actual main stuff now. Mirror Jade of the Ice Blade Dragon. Like, this is an insane card. You can only control one, and then once per turn, quick effect, send a fusion monster from your extra tech grave that mentions Fallen of Albaz's material and banish one monster on the field. Also, this card cannot use this effect next turn. But this is insane with the new Brandon Fusion, which is fusions this from... You can use material from your deck. So obviously, people are going to use Verte to make this. Like, it's an insane engine in any deck that can run it. And Lubellion is also pretty good. One Dark and one Fallen of Albaz. If this card is fusion summoned, you can discard a card, fusion summon one level 8 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck, except Lubellion, by shuffling fusion material mentioned on it into the deck from your field, graveyard, or banished. So it's like Thunder Dragon Fusion. Like, this is also a second way of making the Ice Jade. Like, this, people usually do it this way. They make Lubellion just from drawing the branded fusion. But you can also just use Verte just to straight up make the Mirror Jade. I already covered branded fusion, but like, it's an insane card. Just fusions from the deck. Branded Sword. Banish any number of branded spell traps from your grave. Special summon that many Ice Blade tokens, which are Dragon, Dark, level 8 with 2500 attack and 2000 defense. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target one of your banished monsters that is Fallen of Albaz or mentions it. Add that monster to your hand. So yeah, this one isn't as good. Like, summoning a bunch of tokens on a trap is kind of too slow. But the second effect is, I guess, okay to recover your Albaz stuff. Let's see. Braided Retribution. This is a counter trap. When a spell trap card or monster effect is activated that includes an effect that special summons a monster, return to the extra deck one face-up fusion monster you control or two fusion monsters in your graveyard that mention Fallen of Albaz as material. And if you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy that card. You can banish this card from your grave, add one branded spell trap in your graveyard, target one branded spell trap in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So yeah, this one's kind of bad, honestly. Like, it's searchable, but like, Solemn Warning is just straight up better than this because it doesn't have a insanely intense cost like this one does. Let's move on to reprints. So reprint of Fallen of Albaz, that's pretty good because it's printing previously was like a secret rare, which is super annoying because it wasn't even played before this. Albion, that's a pretty good reprint. Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis. Red Eyes Darkness Smile Dragon with the errata, so this is a good way to get the new errata version. Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju. I mean, kaijus are always pretty good. So, but this is kind of one of the worst ones, just because it has too much attack. Levianeer, shout out to Duel Links. This thing is a bane of my existence in Duel Links because I hate Thunder Dragon. I hate the Gandora deck that runs it. But in the TCG, it's not as good. It's still really good though. Radion, another kaiju. Scythe reprint. I feel like this is kind of a foreshadowing for a Scythe ban, because usually when they reprint something that's really expensive in a higher rarity, in like extreme low rarity, like a common in the structure, it gets banned. Or like all the Zodiac stuff got banned right after the Megatin reprints. Yeah, forgot what it was called for a second. White Dragon Wyra Burster and Black Dragon Color Serpent. Those are pretty good. They're limited now in the TCG though, so it kind of sucks there. I mean, they're unlimited in OCG and Duel Links, so you can use multiple there. Starliege Seifert. Pretty good Dragon Link card. Keeper of Dragon Magic. I mean, previously I think this was like a Megatin exclusive or something. Like 2018 Megatin exclusive, I think, for Jaden's Megatin. Summoner Monk, that's pretty good. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit's a good reprint because it's seeing a lot of play currently as a E-Telly target and just in any Hulk deck. Effect Veiler, always a good reprint. I kind of wish this was Imperm though, but like the Cyber Dragon structure deck already reprinted Imperm, so yeah, I guess that's fine. Omni Dragon Brotar is also pretty good. Branded Lost, this is some Despia stuff, right? Branded and White, this is like yeah, no, this is like a Miracle Fusion for Albaz stuff. Branded Bond, I never seen this. People use this one. Fusion Gate, this one's kind of suck. No one uses Fusion Gate except in silly like Electrum loops and stuff. Fusion Recycling Plant, I don't know. Some of these I don't think really need a reprint, like Fusion Substitute, Gold Sarcophagus. Those are already like pretty easy to get most off. Now here's the biggest reprint in this structure deck. Pot of Extravagance. Previously, I think it was like $10 to get it, but like now you can just get pay $11 for a structure deck and get it plus a bunch of other decks and the branded fusion engine. So like this is a really good deal. Called by the Grave, always good to have more, even though it's limited in TCG. Dark Ruler No More. I mean, this is already a reprinted structure deck. This Charmer structure deck, I think. So I think it was already pretty cheap, but like it's never bad to have more copies. Screams of the Branded. I think there's just a lot of branded stuff in here, obviously, but like a lot of it's not good. I'm pretty sure most of it is bad. Necrofusion. I think this is like a funny thing in Duel Links. Not a very good reprint though, because I think it was just like a super rare. Back to the front. Okay, yeah. People used to do Scythe Lock shenanigans with that, but nowadays it's just way too easy to pull off Scythe. Warning point. This was Ice Dragon's Prison in the OCG, I think. Kind of sucks that they changed it for here, but they at least kept the Pot of Extravagance reprint, which is the main reason I bought this. There can be only one. Always a good floodgate. D-Barrier, that's pretty good. Like shutting down any Xyz, Fusion, Synchros, Rituals, and Pendulums is good. Printed before Links though, so kind of sucks in that aspect. Waking the Dragons, this was getting pretty expensive, I think. So it is good that they've reprinted it. I think it's just kind of a funny card though. I don't really think it's actually that good. Titanic Lad, good reprint. Brigand the Glory Dragon. Do people use this one? This one's for like Tri-Brigade, I think, right? Yeah, this one's the Tri-Brigade one. It's if it was sent to a grave, you can add to your hand or special summon a Tri-Brigade monster from your deck. People don't really use this one. This one's the Spriggans one, which is Spriggans just are awful, so doesn't see play. And this one gets branded stuff from the deck, which is pretty good. Now onto the tokens, which have, I think yeah, I just showed them like the artwork from here is like on the back of the playmat, but we can read the lore on here. This card can be used as any token or counter. Yeah, whatever. Does his name refer to a past buried in darkness or to a bright future? So for Albaz the Shrouded. Ecclesia the Exiled. A pure white heart is to be filled with many memories. With thoughts of coming days in mind, the girl gives a name to the boy. Tri-Brigade. This is just all of the Tri-Brigades. Ready, aim. I don't know. That was also the tagline in the OCG version of that token. It's not like a Mech Knight Avram, check this out situation. Virtuous Vestals. Sometimes like a kind sister, sometimes like a strict teacher. The bond is always there, even while far apart. Nice character moment between Fleur-de-Lis and Ecclesia, except Fleur-de-Lis is dead in the Demonless card, so kind of sours that. And Alubar the Dogmatic. A thing separated from the abyss. It mocked the light and deceived the darkness. Huh. Okay. Well, that was the Albaz Strike structure deck. I mean, this is a really good product if you want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! A bunch of good reprints of staple cards and like good new cards like the branded stuff, the branded Fusion Engine stuff. So yeah, if you like this unboxing, please like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of this new structure deck. But until then, I'll see you guys later.